Hello and welcome to another development diary for Imperator Rome. Now, I haven't read this one yet. I've just finished streaming, and so I thought, you know what, let's have a look at the forums. Let's see what's on there, and apparently, development diary. So let's go through it. Hello and welcome to this week's dev diary for Imperator Rome. Today's diary will cover a variety of things, from changes done to mercenaries, forts, tribes, and tribal retinues, to the achievements and formable countries the game will ship with. Alright, so I immediately don't give a fuck about achievements. I never have, never will. Whatever. But changes to mercs will be kind of interesting, I think. Formable countries, I do like me some formable countries. As described in earlier diaries, Imperator will have a fort and zone of control system that is familiar to anyone who has played a U4. So, in short, it'll be broken. In short, a fort will exert a zone of control over all surrounding cities and obstruct movement for enemy troops. So, I know I'm going to get some pushback against people saying that it's... Sorry, against me saying that it's broken. But I've still got the game open from when I was streaming earlier. Let me just show you what happened in the game that I played today, like earlier today. This fort didn't exist, right? So ignore this fort, pretend it's gone. What I saw Ming doing was marching past my fort in Yunnan, marching from Guangdong to here, past this one. These two forts didn't exist either at the time. Marching all the way down to this fort, completely ignoring the fact that I had a fort here. Now, personally, I think that this is under the zone of control. You know, Guangdong and all of this is under the zone of control of Yunnan, but they just managed to walk straight past it. Dai Viet was not in the war. They did not go through Dai Viet's land. They went through only my own. So yeah, forts are still slightly either broken, or I still just don't understand the way that the AI can do shit that the player can't. But I digress. Let's move back to the dev diary. So, zone of control over surrounding cities and obstruct movement for enemy troops. The expansive map of Imperator means that it can at times be a bit of work to take control of cities as you advance into enemy territory. This is especially a problem when the local military victory is already won. The enemy troops expelled and local fortifications are under your control. To facilitate the takeover when you have already de facto won, we've made forts able to automatically start taking control over adjacent cities even in enemy territory. I do like that. And when Art of War first came out, this was going to be what it did, if I remember rightly. From the dev diaries, this is what they planned on having. I don't know why they moved away from it, because I feel like it's a pretty good system, to be honest. But yeah, I like this. You siege the forts, then you move on, and then if there's anything else that isn't a fort, you go back and siege it afterwards. This means that once a fort has fallen, you can save your armies the work of controlling cities in the fort's zone of control. Fort control also works across national borders, meaning border forts will automatically start taking control over adjacent enemy cities that are not protected by enemy forts or troops. I like that a lot. I like that so much. In addition to all of the above, you are now required to control all forts in a province, as well as the province capital, before you can demand that province in a peace negotiation. As well as the province capital, so every province is a group of cities, has its own capital, it seems. Okay, fair enough. While we feel mercenaries fill an important role in the game, it has over time become more and more apparent that it can be a problem that you could mercenary bomb people by suddenly hiring a lot of... bloody thing popped up and I lost where I was. Suddenly hiring a lot of troops already close to, or even right on top of, an ongoing battle or siege. Newly hired mercenary troops now start at 0 morale and will slowly build up to full morale. This also makes it more important to be able to afford the mercenaries for a longer period when you hire them, not just the immediate power cost. Yeah, that's fair enough. It doesn't feel flavorful, but yeah, balancing is more important, I feel, so I'm okay with that. Tribal retinues. As described in an earlier diary, the retinues of tribal clan leaders are armies that can be vital to success as an expanding tribe. Their size is dependent on the clan leader rather than on you. It could be therefore problematic to have to pay for these armies despite having little control over their recruitment. Tribal retinues will now be paid for entirely by the clan leader, will not cost the tribe anything at all to maintain. That's really nice. In return for these free to maintain and reinforce troops, even if loyal to people who may end up overthrowing the state, tribes will now have to pay an additional 50% maintenance for all troops they recruit themselves. Okay. I guess that's fair. The wage for each clan leader has gone up from 2% of the state income to 5%. Basically, nothing has changed. The amount of money you're saving by not having to pay for your clan leaders' armies is immediately going to be put into your own maintenance and maintenance of your wages. It's probably going to end up balancing out. This should also complicate the choice of how many clan leaders you want in your tribe, something you can steer through one of the tribal laws. Achievements in formable countries. As in our other games, this can become intermediate or even final goals for campaign, or just something you pick up along the way. Formable countries will generally include a few direct in-game perks, good, while achievements are mostly relevant for those who like to show off their accomplishments and require playing in Iron Man mode. I don't mind playing in Iron Man mode, that's fine. What I hate is Lucky Nations. The reason I don't have any achievements in EU4 at all is because I don't like Lucky Nations and I never turn it on. So I could see myself getting achievements accidentally in Imperator if there is no such thing as Lucky Nations. Because I don't mind playing an Iron Man. It's stupid to play an Iron Man when you're recording, because sometimes recording fails, you may lose the recording, and you have to go back and re-record what you've already done. So if you've got Iron Man mode on, you can't. But yeah, this is fine. This is fine. There'll be 50 achievements in total, and they will be distributed widely in terms of geographic focus and difficulty. Hopefully there's something there for everyone. Appoint a dictator, have him step down. Research 40 innovations. Change a law in a tribal country. Take land in a war. Any tribe migrate to an empty city, etc, 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 super much etceteras. I'm just going to slowly scroll down. Again, I really don't care about achievements. If you do, then feel free to pause the video and have a read through these, but honestly, it's whatever. Pax Eterna, conquer the world. Of course it's going to be there. I'm surprised they probably should have called it 4 mountains or some shit. Or 7 hills, or, the Roman thing, or whatever. But apparently that's not as hard as formerly Achaemenid Empire as Heraclea Pontica. I don't remember who they are, but whatever. Form Phoenicia and have a total of 500 ships and a surplus of 5 dies in Tyre. Okay. Formable nations. Now this I do care about. I do like me some formable nations. As in many games before, Imperator will feature a number of countries that an expanding state can form, allowing you to shift the identity of your people. Generally, these will confer a number of smaller bonuses, as well as a new colour and name, and in many cases a new flag. Some of these we've mentioned earlier in regional development diaries, but this list will include all formable nations at game release. While this is an overview of all formable countries, it's not a complete go-through, in that it does not mention every effect or requirement for each formable country. If a country belongs to a certain tier, then that country cannot be formed by other countries in the same tier or above. Okay, so if you've passed the tier, so say this is a major power only, and you are a... What's the top one? It's not major power, it's something else. Okay, if you're a regional power and then you become a top power, a major power, this formable country is a regional power, then you can't form it. That makes sense, okay. Small regional formables, often tribal federations. We've got Achaea, the Achaean League, okay. Arcadia, okay. Cyprus, Aquitania, Adamorca, Asturia, Carpetania, Celtiberia, Galacia, Lusitania, and Bitonia. Tier 2 larger regional formables. We've got Assyria, Babylon be a fun one. Cilicia, Crete, Gravida, Indian state, okay. Galatia, Helvetia, uniting the Helveti tribes. Illyria, Media, Numidia, Sicily, Syria. Huh. That'd be an interesting one as well, starting as Syracuse. Syria, Yamnat, Saxonia, Belgae, Britannia, Caledonian Confederacy, Noricum, Dahe even, Armenia. Should the Kingdom of Armenia be destroyed, you can reclaim their legacy. Okay, so some of the already existing countries are also formables. That makes sense. Egypt, Macedon, Phrygia, Pontus, Thrace. Tier 3s, Albion, who unite the entire British Isles. Nice. Argeads, the Bharat Varsha, Gaul. That's going to be an interesting one. A lot of people are going to form Gaul, I think. Pan-Hellenic League, Greater Iberia, Persia, Phoenicia, Magna Graecia, Dacia, and Parthia. Fair enough. The ones that immediately stand out to me, Phoenicia, be quite interesting to form. Gaul, of course. Albion is something I would like to do. I want to play as Macedon, so that's not really relevant there. Sicily, wherever that was, I would like to form Sicily. But yeah, there's some nice formables in there. But anyway, that is the dev diary. So let me know what you think. Let me know which achievement I guess you like the most, which one you're going to go for. I really don't care about achievements, so it's not something I'm going to be too worried about. I do like the forts occupying land for you. That makes sense. You occupy a fort, you put a garrison in there, you tell that garrison, this region around you, I would like you to go and, make sure that this is under our control. Get grain from them or something, to feed the garrison. But yeah, I like it. It's good, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So I want to thank you all very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, feel free to click the like button. Please do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next one, which will be probably some thoughts on the dev clash that's going to go on tomorrow. It's either going to be a video that I make tomorrow, or I may wait a day after that so that I see some funky stuff on the forums, perhaps. Because there's usually a lot of talk after the dev clash has finished from the devs. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.